niggas? What's up, the baby nation? Alrighty, ready. Oh, check this out, guys. I don't think that I mentioned that my leg was broken off, but this is my new thing. I just got it. Matter of fact, I'm trying to put it back on right now, so yeah. It's kind of cute, no kizzy. But let's slide back to this. This is gonna be, what if Naruto wasn't fallen? I'm gonna have to change the name on the other one. It was a fallen angel part 3. I mean 2. We see a 4-year-old boy. As the boy looked up towards the sky, a smirk appeared upon his face as his black hair swayed vibrantly within the wind. Sasuke-kun, a voice called, as Sasuke turned to see his brother. What is it, Itachi? I'll be out on a mission. So I won't be able to train you tomorrow. As Sasuke looked at his older brother, a twinge of annoyance appeared before it vanished just as fast. Alright. Return back without your head on a platter. As Itachi chuckled, just the slightest bit. His brother had always been like this. As cold as can be. The only person that he had ever saw his brother treat even remotely nicely was this boy with golden hair and which shone brighter than the sun and eyes as blue as both the ocean and the sky, and his whiskers as defined as the mountains. All in all, together, if Itachi would describe the boy in any way, he would call him nature. While standing next to the boy, it felt as if every single bit of strength and hope that you had was worthless. As if you stood before a mountain on the very valley. As if you stood as an ant within an unknown universe. As if every last bit of training had amounted to nothing. All in all, Itachi liked the boy, although his features would deter most, especially the villagers, as he remembered the hate in which was so easily displayed by the villagers towards the boy. The boy had done nothing, yet they shown him as if he was an outsider, an outcast, a pariah. After all, but most would not react violently towards Naruto, as his very presence commanded fear. Itachi was an elite shinobi, one of the strongest currently within the village, and yet everyone around him, and he felt like his power amounted to nothing. So the effects upon the villagers were 1,000-fold. They felt fears just rearing near him as Naruto looked forward. time skip. No. As that was going on, we switched to a different location. We see a boy in which had golden hair and which shone brighter than the sun itself, eyes as blue as the sky and oceans, whisker marks as defined as the mountains, and a build in which seemed almost carved from stone. As Naruto looked forward, I've already told you this, Gigi. She had what was coming to her. Naruto, I understand that she attacked you, but there was no reason to break her arms and legs. As Naruto smirked. No reason? I suppose you should be attacked by you. I suppose that we should switch bodies, and you'll truly see what it feels like, Gigi. As Hiruzen looked towards the boy, he sighed heavily. Naruto had always been this way. Naruto had always been this way. Although he had liked the boy's witty remarks and overwhelming intelligence, it got annoying because he could win any argument that could be sprung in his defense. As Naruto looked forward towards the old man, his eyes glowed slightly. As Hiruzen noticed that, as he felt it, he now felt as if an ant looking up into a vast universe. As he gulped a bit, as Naruto looked at him, Gigi, as the man snapped out of it. Sorry, Naruto boy, I was lost within my thoughts. But you need an apartment, he said, remembering the woman, remembering the orphanage lady who, I forgot the fucking name, the orphanage tender, whatever her name, whatever the term is, the orphanage tender who had assaulted Naruto, kicking him out of the orphanage before promptly having her arms and legs snapped in half, broken beyond repair, was at least without a medicament such as Tsunade walking around. As Hiruzen looked forward towards the boy, a slight I forgot part of my ancient uncle had came to get some chairs that they had bought. Oh, G tripping. No, G tripping. No, G tripping. He left his stuff. No, G tripping. Alright. So, as Naruto looked forward, Hiruzen Gigi. As Hiruzen looked forward towards his sort of grandson. Realizing the serious tone, his face quickly shifted to match that. Yes. Yeah. Hiruzen said. It's from the serious tone within Naruto's voice. This is something. This is something important. As Hiruzen looked forward towards the board, Naruto looked forward towards him. I know who my parents were. He said, while looking forward towards Hiruzen. Hiruzen looked slack-jawed. How did you figure it out? Hiruzen stated. It was simple. We looked so much alike that it didn't make sense for it to be anyone else. Listen, Naruto. The reason why I kept the fact that your father was the fourth away from you, because as Naruto then chuckled. What's funny? Said, I never knew of who my parents were. I was just testing you to see if you actually knew. As Hiruzen looked forward. So, my old man's the fourth. Stupefied at the fact that he had been tricked by a 5-year-old. Then he had to remember, Naruto is different. His intelligence was of that. His intelligence was through the roof. There was no time for comparison or adaptation. He was by far the strongest. No debate. No. He was by far the most intelligent boy he had ever met. Even surpassing the likes of his father. Well, in his book. As Naruto smirked. So, with that, I do have one thing that I want. Naruto said, as Hiruzen listened intently. I want to become no, let me say this correctly because I keep on not saying it right. I want you to give me everything that my father and mother owned. As Hiruzen sighed slightly. Naruto, you do know just how powerful your father was. Power. Having the ability to move at quick speeds is power. But I do admit he was a talented shinobi. Seeing as he copied everything. As Kakashi as Sarutobi looks surprised. Heck, Namikaze clan is an offshoot of the Senju. The clan is just practically, well, although he inherited the Horaishin, is Aruden look forward. Heck, both of the Hatake and Namikaze clan are just offshoots of the Senju. Although they host power, we both know that my father was truly not worthy of his title. Because his fast movements rendered him powerful. I don't consider that power. Power is when you can do it with your own two hands. Not with some kunai with markings on them. As Naruto said that. Anyway, I would like to learn the Horaishin, though. I will enhance it towards untold levels. As my father is quite the upgrader too. Heck, I am an upgrader. Matter of fact, I upgraded the Shadow Clone Jutsu. As Haruka looks like y'all. I call it not the Shadow Clone Jutsu, but the Chakra Clone. As Haruka look forward, that's just the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He stated, no. As Naruto stood forward. Chakra emanated from as he began to emit so much chakra that Haruka felt as if the feeling of just being an ant within the universe advanced. It was an ant within a multiverse. And everything within the multiverse was trying to crush him. As he looked forward, he began to cough as the air was so thick. As the air became so thick that he could hardly breathe. Do you feel it? Naruto said. As he forced more and more chakra outside of his body, a clone appeared. As chunks of chakra broke off as if it was as hard as rock. As the chakra broke off, separate beings formed from it. As Haruzen's eyes opened widely, This is the multiplication clone. Every time that the clone is hit, it multiplies, making it more and more dangerous as time goes on. Hell, this jutsu, if I weren't the one who created it, or advanced it, then I'd be in one hell of a trouble. Well, that's in fights and training, Naruto said. Because using the shadow clones for recon, then the shadow clone is killed only to have multiple would be stupid. Naruto said, I've broken it down into 3 subcategories. The multiplication clone, the bomb clone, and the cyclone. You see what I did with that? As Naruto smirked, Hiruzen looked forward towards the board, which had been barely, by the tiniest margin, had made 5. Heck, it was only 2 weeks. As Hiruzen suddenly felt sorry for whoever Naruto had decided to go against. Then, decided to go against as Naruto smiled. As the diminishing aura which had wrapped around him diminished. That is the end of this nigga video. I'll be posting it today.